It's time for our exciting weekly segment highlighting some of our aspiring local artists.
This week is a special one with a bit of art of the soul. Chelsea makes an appearance too in a little bit, but here's my interview with Christy Forsyth, a local soul therapist. All right, well, happy Friday. I'm very excited here. It is a special edition of Mornings in Corning. We're back in the Armada studio, though. I'm here with Christy Forsyth. Thank you so much for being here.
I'm so happy to be here.
I know. So you are a soul therapist. That's hard for me to say without a list because everyone who watches the morning show knows that I have one. Tell me a little bit about what that means. What is it?
So I call myself a soul therapist. It's a title that I created to describe the work that I do because I feel like the work that I do is a little difficult to describe.
Yeah.
I am a licensed mental health counselor and a certified life coach and hypnotherapist, but I'm also a psychic.
Okay.
So I like to bring all of that together to provide what I call soul therapy, and also an energy practitioner. So I bring all of that together to help people basically to get from where they are to where they want to be.
That's awesome, and I feel like we definitely need it here on the morning show.
Yeah.
We need some soul therapy. So I can't wait to get into it. We're going to break it down, everything you just said, because that was a lot. I can't wait to get into it. So again, stick with us. We're going to have more with Christy through 7. Back here with Christy Forsyth, the soul therapist. It's a mouthful, but I love it. Tell me a little bit about how you got into it. You just explained all that you do, but how did you even begin?
Yeah, so I see myself as a healer, right? And I've always been a healer throughout my life. And when I was a kid, I would have these experiences where I was connecting with different energies. I was connecting with angels and had a very deep understanding of other people's energy fields and their feelings and things like that. But that was something that after a little while I had pushed away.
Okay.
And then, so I was working as a mental health counselor and stepped straight into my spiritual awakening. All of a sudden it was just like I was really looking to connect on a deep level more spiritually and working on some intuition development. And then it was like almost overnight I started to connect with angels. I started to see people's auras, which are their energy fields.
Yeah.
And so I kind of knew at that time that I was meant to help people, but it was time for me to help people in a different way. So that was when I started to create the business that I have now, Clarity by Christy, and started to slowly transition out of that work that I do and to create this soul therapy work.
What is this that you brought for us today?
So this is my COVID project.
COVID project.
COVID
so you were
project.
still doing stuff through COVID. That's great.
This is my Find Your Magic Oracle deck.
Okay, what does that mean?
So an oracle deck is a tool, right? One of the things that I do with people a lot is I help them to connect with their intuition.
Okay.
And one of the ways that we can connect with our intuition is by extension with tools. So really this is just an extension of our own intuition, but it's a way to connect with messages from what I call our guides, our angels, our higher power, whatever that is for you. But it's a way to kind of pull a card, connect with a message, and really feel into what do I feel that this message means for me? What guidance is this giving me? So I wanted to create something that would allow people an opportunity to just be able to connect and get their messages and to also develop their intuition while they were using the cards.
Now, for personal experience, I have a hard time trusting my intuition, you know, like going with your gut feeling. So this is something that helps that and develops you trusting that more?
Yeah, because it's about, I mean, you get a message from the card, right? But so here we have, for example, like this promise card, right? And the card says the divine and magical helpers are present with you and helping. You are always loved and supported. But then it's up to you and your intuition to interpret what that means for you.
So tell me, Christy, where your studio is and tell me a little about what all you can do there, what you offer.
So my office is in the Strathmont building, so right around the corner on 100 North Main Street.
Perfect.
Yeah, and I mostly focus on the soul therapy work, and the soul therapy work is really whatever it needs to be for that person. So it's a little bit different with every session. Sometimes we are spending most of the session talking about what that person has going on and coaching them in terms of how they get from where they are to where they want to be. Or sometimes we're focusing on what somebody's energy field looks like, where they need to make some adjustments, how do we pull out their strengths, how do we pull out their gifts and their intuition to help them to live their best life.
So is it done through sessions, just like a normal therapy session? And then you incorporate what other things into it? Like, what do you have?
So also sometimes we're pulling oracle cards or tarot cards. Sometimes a lot of times I like to incorporate the energy work as well to that, because what I think that we miss a lot is that energy impacts everything, right? So our energy field is going to impact our physical body, it's going to affect our psychology, it's going to affect our emotions, all of that. And so when you can address the energy field, you can make some pretty significant changes very, very quickly.
So we're going to do some of the energy work. You're going to show us a little bit about. And we have my favorite prop here today, Miss Chelsea. She's going to be our little model today on it. So we'll get back to that coming up. So again, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Christy, we're back here. We're going to do our little demonstration. We have our favorite morning anchor, everyone's favorite morning anchor, Chelsea. I'm second favorite, but I'll be out of your way. But so, can you explain? Is it something that you can talk while you're doing it?
A little bit, yeah.
Just a little bit. Like explain, like what this process would be, what you're doing, and where should I stand?
Wherever you want to stand.
Okay.
I'll be moving around a little bit, but you're fine. So when I do energy work on people, it basically flows down through the crown chakra, so through the top of the head. The energy starts to flow down through me, and then it's going to flow through my body and into my aura, but also out through my hands. So this is, what I usually do is just kind of start by working on people's energy fields. So I see certain things within the energy field that maybe are needing to be cleared, needing to be released. So I usually start there with that within the aura or the energy field. And you might feel, sometimes this can feel incredibly relaxing. Sometimes you can feel like you need to move your body a little bit, because sometimes people's bodies start to move a little bit with the energy. So whatever feels right for you, you can just allow that. You get to just kick back and relax. And you can just feel, I mean, Grant, you can feel the energy, right? You can feel the shift already. It changes. So right now what we're working on is your crown chakra. And that crown chakra is what I always call the umbilical cord to God. So this is, when we have that all the way open and all the way connected, it's allowing us to tap into that that love that's just available to us at all times. And so when we have that open, when we have that flowing to us, we're going to feel like we're plugged into source. We're going to feel like we are loved and we are supported, and we're going to feel that spiritual connection even more. So what I do is I look within the energy field. So I look for blockages that I see, so blockages can be energy that we've picked up from somewhere. It can be old stuck emotions that that we've held on to. It can really be lots of different things. So I'm looking for blocks. I'm looking for the chakras, which are points of entry into the energy field. Those, when they're balanced, we're usually feeling really good. We're managing lots of things well in our lives, and it just really helps to bring the whole system into balance. So I'm looking at the chakras, which tend to be kind of down through the middle of the body. A lot of people that come to see me will comment on the fact that they don't really understand what it is that I do. They just know that when I leave, that they feel better.
That's what matters.
Yeah.